So Hayward's an example of a leader who might not have handled this in the best way. Are there others that you can point to, a story that you can share of someone who, or a leadership team that you think has handled crises well?
You know, I wish there were more examples of organizations doing well, but there are some. Just a few years ago, Netflix, the big company that delivers content, TV, and movies through streaming, changed their business model from DVDs by mail to streaming. And of course, that makes perfect sense. But along the way, they split into two different companies, and they raised the price. And so a customer who wanted to have full Netflix service ended up having to pay a lot more, and the outcry was unbelievable. So it's an interesting story because strategically it probably made sense what they did, but how they handled it and how they communicated was really disastrous. And the CEO stepped up and admitted it, acknowledged it, said, you know, we really got ahead of ourselves. This is a mistake. We apologize. They lowered the price. They went backwards on it. And over time they've gone to where they wanted to go, but they've gone a lot slower and been more gradual in raising the price. So the lesson there is fix the mistake, acknowledge something went wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, something went wrong. I'm sorry, I apologize, and then try to fix it. But you know, the biggest, most famous story probably in the last 25 years is the Tylenol case with Johnson & Johnson, where contaminated Tylenol capsules were on pharmacy and drugstore shelves, and there were people getting ill. And you know, Tylenol is a gigantic product with huge distribution. And J&J immediately, with the first report of something going wrong with their medication, took all of the product off the shelves everywhere. Immediately issued a total recall. Acknowledged this, talked about how they're fixing it. Again, spoke up at the CEO level, and it became a really big story because J&J is known to have, you know, a great corporate reputation. And by acting in the way they did. And by the way, that cost them close to $500 million. So it wasn't exactly an easy thing to do in terms of the bottom line, but they did it without hesitation. I think they actually reinforced their reputation. And so yes, something went wrong, but they turned a really bad thing into something that reinforced a reputation and a theme for customers that, you know, J&J really cares about customers, and, you know, nobody's perfect, but we're going to fix whatever the problem is. And that's a classic story and a great example, I think.